Sowers of hate all the effort of the groups that have been proposed bombing international public opinion by presenting to the Dominican Republic as a reincarnation of South Africa before the collapse of apartheid, has had the ultimate goal for an international intervention to materialize. You have to hate so much to the country to accuse him of such serious things without evidence. The United Nations, in this sense, the right to have one or more nations to violate Dominican sovereignty, based on a mandate agreed by a supranational authority, namely invoked. For such purposes it is necessary to materialize 1. Blaming the Dominican Republic by the disastrous circumstances in which Haitians are living. 2. Invoking fears that Dominicans, which has been defined with such detestable as those with the Nazis' reputation, they can take actions contrary to international law. Thus, the country's enemies call on the international community to engage in a preventive intervention. 3. In the conflict that faces the two peoples living in our country, which of the two interests should prevail, the illegal alien who violates the country's border, or national, whose his country would not be taken away by other people? In the name of compassion that can inspire the people of Haiti cannot be deleted sovereignty of the Dominican people. Article 2.7 of the Declaration of the United Nations raises respect for the sovereignty of states. Nothing in this declaration authorizes the United Nations to intervene in matters pertaining to the domestic jurisdiction of any state. International law does not recognize any legitimacy to the intervention of other states or multilateral in the internal affairs of the Dominican Republic organisms. In conflicts between nations, international intervention of the United Nations has been limited to support a people to free themselves from foreign domination when it was invaded by other people. Never try to impose foreign domination to a sovereign nation. That is the purpose of the Sowers of hatred. 2. The battle against international image. 3. The attacks of victimization after the lynching of Henry Jean-Claude at Ercilia Pepin Park in Santiago, carried out by 2 Haitians, it has been a truly international cataclysm. In Port-au-Prince, civil society and sectors of Haitian government officials held a mass demonstration on February 25 that included school, law school, and other professionals. It was promoted by all the media in Haiti and internationally. All to press disclosed by the agency. Before meeting the giblets of the Shoeshine case, all demonstrators in Haiti accused as death to the existence of a climate of persecution, xenophobia and racism in Dominican Republic. So did the correspondent of the newspaper Le Monde, and associated groups Amnesty International, the Kennedy Center and other institutions. Were those first impressions released by mail that the journalist Juan Bolivar Diaz sent 100 people? President Martelly, who was pilloried for his ineptitude and lack of seriousness to keep his word for organizing the elections, postponed repeatedly found an excuse to unite Haitians against the Dominican Republic, using death as a political commodity. A poor devil, who just days earlier, accompanied by his killers, had participated in the rape, robbery and death of a Dominican. The Haitian demonstration was topped with the assault of the Dominican consulate in Pétionville. Once there, the protesters were aided by the police themselves called to defend the consulate. They climbed to the roof. They lowered the Dominican flag. They raised the Haitian flag and burned the Dominican flag with uproar. On several occasions, our consulates have been attacked. Just 6 months ago, the staff of the Dominican consulate in Ancapito was kidnapped by a mob of Haitians. Without that, those responsible for all these excesses, they were brought to justice. In statements released in the documentary, the representative of the Dominican Republic in Haiti, Mr. Ruben Siley, rather than give explanations that were already known in the country, provided by the national police, he stirs the fire with these words: "Not the Dominican people." There is a small group, unfortunately, in the country that reproduces the past, the years of authoritarianism and dictatorship. We know these groups and we are facing them. You can, on the basis of hatred, hold harmless the Dominican people for abuses committed by the Haitian government to deprive its own population of documents. Those who discredit the country have been engaged in international interventionism, making arguments to show that the Dominican sovereignty should disappear.